back when Disney was good. How's it going, fellas cinephiles? This is Dominic from Film Overload, a channel where we talk about movies, pop culture, and everything in between. And today I'm coming at you with another very unique review, and one that will start a new category on my channel, and that is Disney retro reviews. Yes, I wanted to kind of jump into the Disney films once again, since I haven't seen some of them since I was a kid. So I thought I would start with the one that really kind of started the Disney Renaissance in the 90s, and that was the 1989 classic, The Little Mermaid. Now, the last time I remember seeing this movie was when I was probably like in middle school, which was quite some time ago. But I just wanted to rewatch some of the older Disney movies recently, and I want to start with this one because, again, this one started the Disney Renaissance in the 90s, and while watching, it just kind of struck me that a company that was so once beloved by so many can just take quite a tumble the way Disney has over the last few years, and The Little Mermaid really kind of reminded me of what the company once was. Back in the day, this company was really all about telling these fun, lighthearted stories filled to the brim with so many iconic characters and moments for children and adults alike. They really just captivated an entire generation or two of people with these great stories and these fantastic characters. And Little Mermaid really reminded me of what this company really once was, a company that was really just all about telling these fascinating stories through the eyes of so many great iconic characters, and The Little Mermaid is another one of those prime examples. Now, the story follows a mermaid, no shocker, Ariel, who is under the guidance of her father, King Triton, as he's trying to protect her and her other sisters from the big bad humans because he thinks they are dangerous and don't know anything at all. And Ariel does not see the world the way her father does. In fact, she's very risky and taking chances, and she wants to get to know who these humans are, and she wants to find love, and she wants to find all these things that she just doesn't feel under the sea, no pun intended. But it's such a simple story, and that's what I really appreciated the most about rewatching The Little Mermaid. It's just a story about a girl wanting to venture out into the world because she just feels so bogged down by her situation, and this movie really tackles those kinds of themes and issues, really, and it's just a really fun, lighthearted package the story is, and I really applaud the Disney creatives back in the day for really coming up with a great concept but told in such a simple way so that everyone can be a part of it. But because of the genius of the Disney creatives back in the day, the writing also really is a strong suit in this movie as well. And just because they cared about telling these lighthearted stories, like I mentioned previously, they really wanted to make sure that these movies and these characters stuck in the minds of people for a very long time. And you can really tell the way they came up with the story and the way they wrote it. They really cared about their audience, something that really feels kind of lost with this company nowadays. They really wanted to tell a really straightforward, easygoing, lighthearted story, and The Little Mermaid was a stepping stone for what came for that company later in the 90s. And the true foundation of Disney as a company is their iconic catalog of characters, and Little Mermaid is no short of iconic characters. Jodie Benson, who has been around Disney for a long time, voices a perfect Ariel, and she's just great. Her voice lends to the character so well, and just the way she carries the character and the way she voices Ariel, and you can really get a sense of Ariel's emotions throughout the course of this film through Jodie Benson's voice. Jodie is fantastic. Samuel E. Wright, rest his soul, played a fantastic Sebastian, a charismatic and energetic crab character and a great side character as well. He just provided that comedic relief that this movie needs, and it just worked. Him and Jodie together was just a perfect match, and along with the rest of the supporting characters in this movie, Prince Eric and King Triton and all those other characters which really make this movie what it is. The entire cast in this movie was just great, and they really breathe life into some of these iconic characters, which again just made Disney a really attractive company for many generations to come. All right, let's talk animation, because I really think that this animation style is just gorgeous. I love and really, really miss Disney's hand-drawn animation. There's just something so comforting about Disney's hand-drawn animation that I just personally love. I cannot get enough of it. This style of animation really carried Disney throughout the course of the 90s, which ultimately produced some of their greatest works. But there's just something so beautiful and again so comforting about the Disney hand-drawn animation. It's just so lovely to look at. And again, they're not going to do it ever again because of how advanced computer technology has gotten with animation. But there's just something so cool about hand-drawn animation, a style that I will personally miss because I really love it a lot. Okay, let's talk music, because I know for a lot of you that is the most memorable thing about these Disney movies. The soundtrack is just awesome, whether it be just orchestrated pieces or some of those iconic songs like Poor Unfortunate Soul and Under the Sea and Kiss the Girl and of course Part of Your World, which are just so iconic at this point. The songs are just great. Alan Menken is just a great music writer. He really knows how to piece music together and really create some of the most iconic songs that Disney has ever produced. And the music and the songs in this are just so catchy and so timely too, which ultimately pushed the story forward. So the music again is just really a strong factor when it comes to these Disney movies. Overall, the 1989 film The Little Mermaid is a classic Disney staple. A movie that really reinvented the company in the 90s and really was, again, the stepping stone for what would eventually become all of these Disney classics throughout the 90s. A story, once again, about a girl trying to find love and break out of her situation. It's just so simple. It's just so plain, but it's just so iconic and charming, and every single moment of this film is just so enjoyable. And again, this is back when Disney really cared about telling stories, and stories were their main priority. And this is really just an example of what the company once was. So there it is. That's my very first Disney retro review. And guys, if you want more Disney retro reviews or any other forms of content, be sure to smash that like button. Also hit the subscribe button while you're at it and turn on the post notifications so that you guys can get notified every single time I post a video. You can follow me on Letterboxd, which is right here. I post all my movie reviews on Letterboxd as it helps me keep track of movies that I have watched, movies that I haven't watched, and movies that I will watch. And I think you guys would benefit greatly from this app and this website if you are indeed lovers of cinema like myself. As always, guys, happy movie watching. Take care.